Last year, I went back to my hometown Kigali for summer vacation from Guinea. My dad and I were planning on giving the DVD of the short film I made about hand washing to the Ministry of Health. We were extremely happy to contribute to the eradication of diarrheal diseases in our country by giving us some interesting information and by teaching people where, when, and how to properly wash their hands. Unexpectedly, the Rwandan government had already started to encourage its population to take hand washing very seriously, and surprisingly, they already knew about Canaclas. Apparently, Dr Benoit had once lived in Rwanda and had left behind a few copies of his invention. The most striking thing of all was that the Ministry of Health had improved the Canacla and had turned it into a step and wash, or a Tippy tap, as many call it. The government of Rwanda is recently working very hard to improve hygiene and water sanitation for its population, and also to reach the MDG for sanitation. MDG stands for Millennium Development Goal, and sanitation is basically the hygienic measures for protecting and improving health through prevention of human contact with the risks of waste. It promotes proper disposal of waste in general to maintain a healthy and disease-free environment. Practically, ecological sanitation deals with proper use of toilets, the recycling of water and nutrients contained within human waste back into the environment. Options offered include flush-free and odor-free urinals, dry and composting toilets, toilets that separates urine and feces, hand washing devices, and so on. The results have so far been great. In Africa, the heads of states appointed a council, African Ministers' Council on Water, for a global coordination to achieve the MDG on water and sanitation. That council is working hard with the African different governments, NGOs, and other institutions to meet those goals. After the second conference that took place in South Africa, Africa Sun 3, the third conference on hygiene and sanitation, was held in Rwanda on the 19th of July 2011 and lasted a week. Some of its objectives were, of course, to take stock of the progress and efforts needed to meet the MDG on sanitation, raising the profile of sanitation and hygiene as a determinant to sustainable development, and to strengthen leadership for sustained sanitation and behavior. Africa Sun 3 was expecting about 700 participants from 50 African countries. The conference was supported by the following organizations: AIDS Program, Gates Foundation, UNICEF, Water and Sanitation Program, SNV, International Water Association, BMZ, CIRO, UNSGAB, WaterAid, and CREPA. After improving Dr Benoit's invention from a Canacla into a step and wash, the government of Rwanda made sure there was at least one step and wash in a public area. Hand washing has become almost an obligation throughout the country, which is good because that's the way it is supposed to be for the good of all.
The
name of the association is ASPAR, and it's the Craft Molding Association of Rwanda. We craft several objects, and that includes Canaclas that we have recently turned into step and wash.
Could you tell us what made you start making Canaclas in the first place?
It was all started by a man named Dr Benoit van Henken, who came from Belgium to work for LMS in Rwanda in the year 2004. When he came to look for us at that time, I worked for Coopest. He asked me to work with him on his Canacla project. I used to go to his house every day to do some crafting until we finally started making Canaclas.
So, how did you come up with the idea of turning those Canaclas into step and washers?
Well, it was after Dr. Benoit had left. There's a man named Katabarwa Joseph who worked in the Ministry of Health. He believed there was something missing. He thought the Canacla could be improved into something much more practical. So he asked me to add a pedal to step on, and that's how it turned into a step and wash.
The step and wash, or as it was once called, a Canacla, was thought a better choice because of the way it is constructed. It is a hygienic, ecological, and economical device to wash your hands with. It is also artistic, safe, and very fun.
So far, we have 6 different types of step and wash. This one here that we've been looking at was constructed for homes or offices. It's made out of clay and is supported by metal, and the container at the bottom that collects used water is plastic. The water container was burned at first and then coated with oil and burnt again. That's why it's hard and lasts for a very long time. This other step and wash here is made of metal and its inside is coated with hypoxia to prevent rusting. This third one here is made out of plastic. It's pretty big and can contain many liters of water. It has the ability of containing up to 60 liters of water. This fourth one here is just like the first one, but it's only been burnt once and has not been coated with oil, so it's cheaper. There's also another type which is mainly used by the less wealthy. The Ministry of Health made it an obligation to own one since it's the cheapest. It is easily made. You just put a little jelly can on wood and then put it in the ground. Then you make a very narrow hole to not waste much water. So here, you just step on the pedal and the jelly can is pulled downwards. The only bad thing about it is that it doesn't have a container to collect the used water, so it just splashes it on your feet. This Canacla was put here by Dr. Benoit himself. He made it himself and gave it to us. It's been 7 years now and it remains here. Some people still prefer buying Canaclas like this instead of buying a step and wash. That's why we keep it here.
When you use it, you properly wash your hands or face or whatever you want using very little amount of water and without touching anything that would give you your germs back. Like for when you use a tap, for example. You have to open the faucet and then close it afterwards, taking your germs back in the process. There is no very big difference between a Canacla and a step and wash. It is just that one has a pedal you step on to lift the valve without touching it, while with the other one, you do it with your wrist. Today we've seen how improved Canacla that Dr. Benoit has invented. It's amazing how they have so many models and how Rwandans like it.
Avant de manger, youpier, youpier. Avant de manger, youpier. Nous devons nous laver, nous devons nous laver, nous devons nous laver les mains.
So, the song lasts 30 seconds, which is the time you should wash your hands. If you wash your hands less than 30 seconds, they're not clean. The germs aren't gone, you know. So you have to wash for 30 seconds for the germs to go. That's why the inventor himself has taught us this song. So you will be washing your hands while singing, so you won't be bored. You rinse. The sound of the clean hands. You just saw how you should wash your hands, and I'd like to tell you to tell every single client that comes here and buy one Canacla, you should show them how to properly wash their hands with it. 30 seconds at least, so that the germs go away. Retained? What you think?
This I can try to show my hand.
You take the soap in your hands and then you wet them. Not a handful, just a few droplets to get your hands wet. No need to waste water.
Avant de manger, youpié, youpié. Avant de manger, youpié, youpié. Nous devons nous laver, nous devons nous laver, nous devons nous laver les mains. Avant de manger, nous laver nos pieds. Avant de manger, youpié. Nous devons nous laver, nous devons nous laver, nous devons nous laver les mains.
Yeah, 30 seconds. Right, 30 seconds are over. Yes, that's how long the song is. Perfect, right? Ku buryo intoki zawe nugira gutya ziri bukore sound. Okay. Are your hands making sound? Oh yeah? Yeah, this is making the sound of clean hands?
Yes.
The head of Health Environmental Department is telling us about this program.
And our communities now, they want to wash their hands, but they can't afford using those ones that are a little bit expensive, and also the institutions, they now know the importance of hand washing, and we are also trying to even to enforce it, that every food establishment should have the step and wash facility. Every time clients visit the establishment, they have to wash their hands before they take food. Yeah. Now, in terms of those which are expensive, really, we want even to have to update them to the extent that they can be used even in the restaurants, hotels, and so on and so forth. We have a coordination body that is Environmental Health Technical Working Group. The general understanding of our communities is still low, I can say. It's not high, and therefore you'll find that not the high percentage of our communities have really sensitized, have been motivated. The other thing is the funds. we are still looking for funds to be able to produce enough hand washing facilities for our institutions, schools.
The representative of the Ministry of Education helped us get into one primary school. The name of the school is Intwari, and it is located in Nyamirambo. I was more than glad to share my new knowledge with the kids. I went along with my dad and my younger siblings, and we started off by showing them the short film I made about Canacla back when we were in Senegal. I told them about the wonders of washing one's hands, just like Dr. Benoit had taught me before.
I'll give you a list of some motivators that motivate us to wash our hands. There's disgust, there's nurture, there's comfort. Is it comfortable on your hands when there's food on your hands? See some diarrheal diseases. There's fun. What does fun mean? It means when something is fun, I mean you enjoy doing that. There's fitting in. You see other people doing something. You don't want to be left out, do you? When should we wash our hands? What do you think?
After visiting toilet. Before and after eating.
When we are going to eat. Correct. After defecation. It means after, coming from the toilet. Before entering the house or the classroom. After recess. Before eating. How should we wash our hands? What do we need to wash our hands?
We need water. We need soap.
We need buses.
Canacla.
Correct.
We need a tap.
Okay, so let me tell you the most important thing we need to wash our hands. It's time. We need time. How much time do we need to wash our hands?
30 seconds.
Correct. That you need 30 seconds so that all the germs or bacteria on your hands go away. So we need water, soap, and 30 seconds to wash our hands. Here we have the barriers to hand washing. There's lack of soap. There is poor placement of the soap. Lack of designated place for hand washing. Distance between the toilet and the source of water. Perfume soaps. Some people they really believe that when you wash your hands before eating with soap, the odor, the smell, the odor of the soap is gonna get into the food. Level of hand washing facilities. Here we have overcrowding at the hand washing facilities. So there will be the cute little ones and the big, huge, strong ones trying to fight for, to wash the hands. Oh, let me wash first. I have class. Oh, move aside. That's what I mean by overcrowding at the hand washing facility. The weak ones and the strong ones fighting to wash their hands. That's called overcrowding at the hand washing facilities. And the recommendations in schools, there should be liquid soaps. That was before Ministry of Health improves the Canacla to transform it into a kandagira ukarabe. Before you used to to wash your hands by pushing this thing called clapé. This is canari a clapé. So you to wash your hands, you just push it up
So the Ministry of Health in Rwanda here has improved it, and you don't need to push up anything. You just step and the water comes out. Isn't it cool? It's very cool.
And then I let my dad and younger siblings teach them a very, very special song.
Nous devons nous laver, nous devons nous laver, nous devons nous laver les mains. Nom des élèves de l'école primaire Nouari.
On behalf of all students of our school in Huari, I promise that we are going to put into practice what we've learned today. And we are going to give to students from other schools advices we received today. We are also going to show them why, when and how to use the Canacla. I thank you all very much on behalf of the whole school. And I thank our professor of the day, Gloria, who taught us so much, regardless of her age. What are your plans for the future to make this hand-washing program progress faster?
The plan for the future acceleration of use of hand washing facilities is that we are trying to sensitize our communities. First of all, to get to understand the benefits that they can get once they wash their hands properly using soap. That's the way of creating the demand. And then we'll continue also using communication materials, and we'll continue also using the demonstration methodology. Yeah. And another thing is we will also use our community health workers who are based at the grassroots, at the village level. We'll train them, and they will be able also to train the community hygiene clubs, because we do have community hygiene clubs at the village level, and each community hygiene club has the executive committee, and the members of the executive committee will be allocated with a certain number of households, and they will take care of those households and try also to sensitize them on hand washing and the benefits of hand washing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I believe it would be fantastic if everyone took hand washing as an obligation, for then it will grow out and become a habit, a very good habit. Our habits make us who we are. That's why it's always for the best to teach such important matters to the younger generations, since they are the future parents, teachers, cooks, ministers, doctors, and so on. We could all work together and stop the type of diseases you get from not washing your hands at once and for all, because we all know how dangerous they can get.
Been up all night, staring at you, wondering what's on your mind. Well, I've been this way with so many before, but this feels like the first time. And you want the sunrise to go back to bed, and I wanna make you laugh.